Just a quick recap, because today I wanted us to go quickly into writing, but I wanted to do a quick recap of our last class because it's also very important. I talked about entities. I also talked about keywords and LSI keywords. I also briefly mentioned keywords density and the different contexts where they are very important. And I described the whole concept of entities and why it's very important, because they are the bedrock of natural language processing. You can't do natural language processing without understanding what entities mean. Entities are basically, you could call them people, place, organizations, names, or events. The understanding of all the different entities that are in your text that's how AI is able to actually know what you're trying to say, knows the entities, know how they are related, and then the context in which you have used them. That's why I talked about also tokenization, which is breaking down your sentences into different words, into the component words. And stemming is like reducing words to the root form. For example, the root form of running is run, but if you go into, let's say you are talking about runners, the root form of runners will be runner, but the root form of running will be run. So you understand the word, the context, you understand understanding what the words mean and how to break them down and reduce them to their root form is what is called stemming. Then I talked also lemmatization, which is the dictionary form. And I also discussed how entities are very important, because that is how AI is able to understand the intent. So your intent, that is the content that you've written and the context of your writing, and also the intent of the person that is trying to make a search on Google and trying to find information. So that NLP is sitting in between, understanding the content that you have put on the internet or the content of what you're writing and the intent of the person that is trying to read you. So AI tries to understand all of this and brings them together. In fact, that's what the search engines, that's what they use to match, to rank your content, to decide which one goes up, which one is below, which one is on number one. Of course, aside from all the other factors that are involved in deciding what content ranks better. And I also now in the last class I mentioned about entities and their relationship based on their attributes. So the entities, they have different attributes, and all of these attributes interwoven together. The AI then looks at how each of those entities are interrelated. What relationship do they have? What weight do they carry? And all of that is then used in understanding your language and what it means. And I gave additional example. For example, if you write a statement, could you book a restaurant in Manhattan, for example, or you put like, I want to book a restaurant in Lagos, or I want to book a restaurant in London. The first thing is understanding, okay, this is about booking a restaurant. Then it finds the location. Okay, what's the location you're looking at? London or Manhattan or Paris, anywhere. Then it talks about maybe if you have written something about the food you are trying to eat there. So look at this one that says, could you book a seafood restaurant near me? So the first thing is, notice that this is restaurant booking. The location will be near you. Then the AI needs to find where are you currently, and then starts to map out, okay, what are the locations that are close to where you currently are? So that is assuming that the AI is able to get your geolocation at that point and then finds something that is around you. So think about it as how the future of maybe restaurant booking or food generally is going to be like. I would probably have an aggregation. So you probably have somebody who's providing an aggregation of restaurants, and all it does is just build something like a geotag for all the restaurants, and then somebody just needs to type, for example, I need a restaurant that offers seafood with, you just describe the kind of food that you want to eat, and then the recommendation will come up and will be matched to you based on the food you're looking for, your location, and perhaps maybe the amount of money that you're willing to spend there, and it will make a recommendation for you. That is basically how AI understands what we are talking about, entities. Then we talked about keywords. Keywords being providing the context of your writing. Keywords are very important. Their word is used to improve the ranking of your website on search engines. So remember, there are entities, but there are also keywords. Keywords could be maybe a singular word. It could also be a group of words. We talked about primary keywords, which is the most important keyword for the content that you are trying to build on. And then there are secondary keywords that are built around it. So secondary keywords that are maybe they are related to the primary keyword, and they help also to improve the ranking of your primary keyword, because they are all related together. And I also talked about long tail keywords. Long tail keywords are like, they are less competitive in terms of like competition. And this is where you want to go if you are new to writing, or if you are new to internet, writing blogs. You want to make sure that you are choosing those keywords that are not as competitive as the short tail keywords. Those short tail keywords are the ones that big brands have already dealt with a lot. And in fact, these long tail keywords also help you in identifying niches that you want to actually write about. So for example, let's say I'm writing something about fishes. Let's say I'm writing something about fish, and I could talk about fishing in a specific location, or I could talk about how to fish a specific type of fish, or how to go fishing for a specific type of fish in a specific location. That's how you construct your long tail keywords. The concept of those long tail keywords is to make it less competitive in the sense that it is definitely, of course, long as the name sounds, but also helps you to target specific niches that you want to write about. Then we talked about the criteria for choosing your keywords: relevance, search volume, and competition. But we also, in the last class, we talked about the holy grail of the keywords that you're looking for. The holy grail is high volume, low competition. But what you often found is that you end up getting high volume and high competition. So I think in the last class I shared something about that. So let's just quickly do a recap of that section of our class. Whiteboard. Let's do a new whiteboard. Okay, allow anyone with the link to view. Let's continue. Okay, so for this class, let's just quickly just do a quick recap of that. So we were talking about keywords, and we're talking about long tail keywords. And then I'm currently explaining where you have high volume, low competition. This is what you're looking for. You're looking for high volume, low competition. That is, the volume for the search of that keyword is high volume, but the competition is low, meaning that not much written about it, or big brands haven't really covered it. But what you eventually end up finding, if you don't use the right approach to finding this, is you get high volume, high competition. And I will show you in a moment how to overcome that. I think in the last class, I also explained that. So this is what you're looking for, right? Let's do a writing tool. This is what you're looking for. This is no. So how do you get to this? Let's go back to our class. So how do you get to high volume, low competition, and avoid, how do you avoid high volume, high competition keywords? I will get to that in a moment. In the last class, I also talked about, in the last class, I talked about, yes, using keywords in your title and in your headings. Use keywords throughout your writing in natural and engaging way, and make sure you are avoiding keyword stuffing. I also talked about using synonyms, related keywords to make your writing more interesting and informative. I also talked about use long tail keywords, which are more specific and they are less competitive. Then we talked about LSI keywords, that's latent semantic indexing keywords. They are conceptually related terms that search engines use to deeply understand the content of on a web page. So when we talk about LSI keywords, they are not synonyms. So similar keywords are like secondary keywords, but LSI keywords are not synonyms. They are just phrases that are found together within the same context as what you're talking about. For example, if you're talking about dog, some of the LSI keywords around dog will be pets, animal, breed, training, food. Those are the kind of LSI keywords that are conceptually related to what you're currently talking about. To help the search engines actually know your context better, you need to ensure that you are using these LSI keywords for your writing. So basically, you just deploy ChatGPT to do that for you. And I will basically walk you through that entire flow of all the things I'm talking about. So far, we have talked about, let's go back to our board. So far, we've talked about LSI keywords. We've talked about long tail keywords. We've talked about primary keywords. We've talked about secondary keywords. And we've talked about entities. Now, what you're doing actually when you want to write is you must always have all this listed. So if you want to write an article, your first task, you get your entities, you get the secondary keywords. Of course, you know your primary keyword. Now, you should only have one primary keyword for one article, actually, so not words, primary keyword. So you have one primary keyword, but all these other ones are more than one. So you have your long tail keywords. Your primary keyword will most likely be your long tail. So the idea is this. These are always sort of like similar, but not necessarily. So your primary keyword can always be a long tail keyword. So technically you can always have that. But you should have additional long tail keywords. So you should have more long tail keywords that you are embedding into your article. And also you should have LSI keywords embedded into your article. All of these keywords are part of the things that you need to figure out. But here is where you start from. You start from this primary keyword. This is where you need to focus on. Your primary keywords need to be I would advise this, especially if you are just starting. Try to make sure that your primary keyword is a long tail keyword. That's the first thing that I'm trying to identify here. That's your number one. Then also make sure that your primary keyword has high volume and low competition. Those are the two important factors that you need to take care of when you are starting to write. So before you even write, especially if you are writing for a blog, for a website, this is where you want to start from. You want to make sure that your primary keyword is a long tail keyword and that it has a high volume and low competition. Now, like I said, I'm still going to get into where do you find these high volume, low competition keywords. We'll get into that, and we'll also get into proper writing, academic writing, writing your SOP and stuff. We'll get into all of that in a moment. Yes, so like I said, LSI keywords, best practices, make sure that your keywords, LSI keywords are spread throughout your content, including maybe in your title, in your headings, and in the body text. Make sure that you're using a variety of LSI keywords, both general and specific. You will get AI to help you to do all of that. So now, like I've always mentioned, do not assume that AI is going to do everything for you. What AI is going to do are the things that you don't need to spend effort doing. So those are the things that are mechanical. And that's why you should, like I always do, when I've used a prompt that works best for me, I take note of it and I keep a library of it. And that's what I'm going to be sharing with you. Now, you can always create your prompt as you go, and you can learn better and write better prompts, but always like keep them. In addition to this, avoid keyword stuffing. Don't try to stuff the article. You should try to use those keywords in a natural and in an engaging way, so that it flows, it makes sense. Now, I also talked about keywords density. Now, before now, keywords density used to be an important ranking factor for contents that are posted on Google and most search engines. But in recent times, keywords density are no longer as important as they used to be. You could even be penalized for it. And in the last class, I mentioned that try to keep your keywords density to about 2 to 3% for your primary keywords. Not more than that. Not more than that. Keep it. In fact, I would suggest that you keep it at around 2%. Not more than that. But focus more on all these other related keywords, LSI keywords. But your primary keyword, avoid stuffing it. The other thing is keyword density, however, might be very important when you are applying to jobs. So, for example, if you're doing maybe academic writing, if you're writing a proposal for your PhD, if you're writing applications like SOP, statement of purpose for a PhD competition, or you're writing for your research, for your MSc research, or you're writing your statement of purpose, or you're approaching even lecturers. In that context, keyword density might be very important, especially for even applicant tracking system, which is ATS. So let's do our Blackboard, and let me just give you where keywords density might penalize you and may help you. Let's put great. Let's use not so great. In fact, when I say not so great, you might in fact be penalized by Google if you do keyword stuffing. Let's put, you might get penalty. Okay, so let's bring up this under here so we can. So I would say for academic writing, you might want to adjust your keywords density, and I will get into showing you how to adjust the keywords density for your writing. Actually, you can in fact analyze the keywords density of your writing, and you might want to specifically target some specific keywords to be injected in your article or in your write-up. You might want some specific keywords to show there prominently. You have AI that can help you adjust that writing to make sure that specific keywords appear specific number of times. So in your academic writing, maybe you are doing your PhD application, MSc stuff, then it's great. If you are doing your job application, you might want to use AI to adjust the keyword density. For example, if you're applying for a job and already in the job advert, you could see that the keyword density for specific keywords, for example, if you're applying to a data analyst job and you are seeing Python and SQL appearing like 4 or 5 times, you want to make sure that you match the same kind of density in your own write-up, so that you project yourself as somebody who knows this thing. So, like I said, your goal is to look at the keywords density, try to match it or try to use it in a reasonable way. So you may want to use it like maybe 4 or 5 times, depending on how many times that keyword or that entity has been used in the advert. So keyword density, that's what we are talking about here. So it's great. I will mark it as great. And here, I will avoid keywords density when I am writing for Google. If I'm writing, say, on a blog post, right? Avoid stuffing your article, right? You know, you should avoid it. Avoid let's say keyword stuffing. Now, it doesn't mean that you're going to stuff your keywords when you're doing academic writing. It just means that some keywords appearing a number of times in academic writing could be signals for you, like understanding. You need to use keywords, you need to use jargons, you need to use those terminologies that is peculiar for your industry. That's exactly what I'm trying to talk about here. And you need to use it in a specific number of times, well distributed, and even in your article to show that you really know what you're talking about. So let's go to the next point here. So best practices, like I've explained, rather than stuffing it, use synonyms, use related keywords, use long tail keywords, and like I said, avoid stuffing your keywords. And now we go. This was where we sort of like rounded up in the last class. I got into actually walking you through SEMrush, how SEMrush is, RFs is very important. RFs is also good. Let's just do a quick review of these tools. RFs is a good tool. I use it as well. So you could actually try RFs for free as well, and you could generate keywords from RFs. People use it. You should, in your own spare time, try them. Let's check what their pricing is. I don't recommend, I'm not recommending any tool to you guys, but what I would only show you the tools that I use and how I get around spending too much money. So you can see, if you want to use the enterprise version for RF, you are spending 900 and like almost like $1,000. That's about ₦1 million a month, I believe. To use the light version, the smallest version, you are paying $100 a month. Well, good luck to good luck with that. Let's look at SEMrush. I think we talked about SEMrush the last time as well. That's the one I use, but not like I'm recommending it to you. You're free to choose the one that works best for you. There's SEMrush. SEMrush is also charging, I think the best value here would charge about $500. I will show you how to get access to these RFs, at least the advanced version of it, in some of the tools that I've shared earlier. Let's see, there is also Uber Suggest. Guys, if you know of any other tool, let's see. Anybody wants to talk about it in the chat? Let's see what people are saying. Do you know of any other tool aside from the ones that I mentioned? There are several, lots and lots. There are lots of of them out there. But if you want to share some of them that you have used, okay, so somebody said keywords everywhere. There is also keywords everywhere. Yes, I've used keywords everywhere as well, actually. I've used keywords everywhere. There is software SEO. There is software SEO as well. Let's check pricing for software SEO. SEO. Let's check software. Okay. Software SEO plans and pricing. Let's open keywords everywhere pricing. Okay. They changed their pricing methodology on the 1st of June. Let's go to their pricing. So now, okay, this one's about 100,000 credits per year at, $15 per annum. You get some things done, at least to start with. But I will tell you, one of the challenges with all these tools is they all have different functions. And I will just quickly run through. For example, these keywords everywhere. If you install them on your Google search, what it does for you is it will be able to give you a breakdown when you do it. When you do a keywords, if you search for something on Google, it will immediately tell you the domain authority, all of those things about the specific search and the specific entities or the brands or the writer or the blog that has written about something can give you a lot of information about that specific content. However, if you are looking for more detailed analytics about what you want to write about, or if you are looking for information about before you even start, yeah, somebody said SE ranking. SE ranking is also good. I've used SE ranking before, but they also have, I think they also have their own pricing. Let's check what SE ranking pricing plans look like. They are all very expensive. I think there's a $50 version at some point. Okay, yes, this is it. They have a $44 per month. You can do the maths in Naira or in any other currency where you are joining from, and you can start to see how expensive these things can get, and they can basically quickly ramp up in terms of cost. Okay, that is that. Let's stop with all the different SEO tools for your keywords research. The reason why we're going through the keywords research now is because I feel like there are quite a lot of people that are more interested in writing content and posting it online, using it to drive traffic and stuff to their blogs. That's why I'm covering this aspect of the course, so you know much more in detail. And there are free versions. For example, I think RX will give you some free searches, but may not necessarily give you full coverage of that search that you've done. And then I introduced you to group buy SEO tools. I said that if you want to buy it cheap or you want to access all these tools at a cheaper price, then that is what you are looking for, group buy SEO tools. But let me also show you a keyword research tool that is free for you that you can use as well. But I'll tell you some of the downside. So this is a keyword research tool that is free, that you can use for yourself. Let me just post it in the group chat. It's free, and you can use it. Sorry. Okay. So let's post it here. Good. So you can go there and do some keyword research for yourself. If you're trying to research about specific keywords, this place will give you ideas about, let's say I'm writing something about, let's say, fishing, or let me look for dog food. Let's say I'm writing, or baby food. Let's even put baby food. Let's say I'm writing on a blog on baby food, ideas on baby food, and it will give me those baby food jar lids, recyclable. Those are the different questions that people have been searching for, and they are bringing it up here. Which baby foods have heavy metals? Which baby food is safe for dogs? I can't even imagine that people are searching that, but this will give you an idea of the keywords that you can search, and then you can click on each of them, baby food recipe, and see. Okay, so now you can see, you can then generate. So let's generate. Let's see what it brings. So this can help you to see what they have on that. So it can help you to generate different ideas on baby food, easy and nutritious baby food recipe for busy parents. Those are ideas that they are generating for you that you can look at. If you are somebody that is writing about baby food, just name the different things that you're writing about, and you can bring it here, and it will take you there, and you can do all of that. So I believe that would help. Let's look at Explorer for baby food. And under the Explorer, then you see the different, like it gives you like the volume of search now, and you can see it gives you difficulty of, the difficulty of the search. This says if you are trying to write something about baby food, the difficulty is high, so you may want to avoid this. If you're writing on baby food recipe, well, it's saying that the difficulty is low, so maybe you might consider it. But I would also tell you some of the challenges when this kind of tools say the difficulty is low. This is probably what you would also find on Google Ads. Let me see if I can take you there on ads for Google. Okay, I would see if I can get the link. I would also share that as well. So Google has also a keywords research tool that you might want to use. Now, see, this one says, this one is low difficulty for baby food recipe, homemade baby food. This one also says that the difficulty is low, and there are about 3,600 searches in here. I think this is monthly searches. So now, this is an example of a keyword research tool that you can use. It is free, and I've already shared the link. However, before you even start, so this is like you knowing that you want to write about baby food, but how do you even know what to even start to write about if after you have exhausted everything about baby food? Like you've come to this blog title generator and you have written everything here on baby food, right? You could pick any of these things. You could pick any topic at all that you're interested in, bring it here, check first. So what I would suggest is always check the difficulty level. I mean, if this is, you want to run on absolutely free, you don't have budget to spend on anything like this, you can come in here and use this tool to do your keywords research and get to those tools. This will then help you to get an idea of what to write about. And after you have done this, you can then go into doing your using the generator, the blog title generator, to generate the ideas about what you want to write about, and use this. And then based on that, you can proceed to your writing. But that is one way to do your keyword research. And then I will show you another way to do your keyword research, which is the ones I told you about the last time, which is the SEO tools. Like I told you, there is a Knox tool, there is Flickover, there is ToolSpeed. Let's see ToolSpeed. Let's see what ToolSpeed have, and you will start to see how maybe this might also be something that helps you. For example, this if you are somebody that writes a lot, would suggest, okay, this is for a mega plan. You pay, I think this one, you pay $20 and you can get access to, I think, about 80 tools thereabout. All of the tools that can help you if you're a designer, if you're a writer. This one does AI video generator. They have all the different AI tools out there. Rather, keyword research to writing tools and all of that. Most of them, I think, they're here. And you have another one for video. If you're a video generator or you create video content, this is something that you might want to consider as well. If you're a designer, you design stuff, they have stuff for you, and you pay $10 a month, you can get access to all of these tools. But you have to connect to their own space, to their own server, and you can get access here. Like I said, I don't know these guys. I don't know anything about them. I'm not recommending them, but I've used some of them before. And I think if you have a very limited budget, if you are really running on a limited budget, this might be something that helps you. I think there's also Tools by. Tools by also has, I think, let's see what they have in terms of okay, so these are their tools. Yes, so these ones have SEMrush, Uber Suggest. Now this is Indian rupee, so you might just want to convert 549 Indian rupee to dollars to give you an idea of what this should be like. So this should be around $8 to $10 a month for this one, and it will give you access to all of these SEO tools that can help you with your writing. Okay, so if you're a writer, I think this might be at around, I don't know, maybe $11, $12 a month, and it will give you access to all the AI writing tools out there in the market. I think they're also claiming out that they have Jasper and ChatGPT, I think the paid plan. So that's up to you what you want. Also, I think they also have Phrase as well. They have Phrase as a single buy at $6.99 Indian rupee as well. So for me, I use some of these tools to write. Let's check. Have I checked Flickover? I'm not sure if I've checked Flickover already. Okay, so Flickover. Okay, let's check their main sites. Okay, so maybe they are down or something. Okay, I don't know. They are probably down or something has happened to them, but you can explore further if you want to check. I think I've already explained all of these other ones to you. Okay, so there's another one here, which Google First Results Finder, which will, so if, for example, you are more interested in finding the top results that comes from Google, let's say, for every keyword you search for, and you want the only the top results. This, if you're writing and you are into data and all of that, then you might want to consider this tool, because basically it will scrap. If you can upload an Excel file of all the keywords you want to write about, and it will give you all the links, the top links on Google for all of them, and you can use that to boost to if you are the one that does auto blogging. But that's another conversation for another day. So I will now, focus now on going through SEMrush. So I will log into my SEMrush Access and just show you how I go through my own writing process. And okay, so let's just go to SEMrush and site audits. I spoke something in the last class about, so let's go back to this, to here. And when you're doing your keywords research, so keywords research. So when you're doing keywords research, one of the things that you want to do is, like I talked about when I was explaining the Holy Grail, that you are not sure which of these, you don't know which keyword will rank, and you don't know how to get to short, high volume, low competition, which was what I was explaining here, which is high volume, low competition. This is where you want to be. How do you get these keywords that are high volume, low competition? And that is where, so let's just do it, high volume, low competition. And this, like I said, I will now walk you through that process. I explained to you in the last class about Quora, and I also explained Reddit. But also, there is another one called Medium. Now, these are like micro blogging sites, right? Now, if there's a keyword that is ranking on the front page of Google, and you see Quora ranking for that keyword on the front page of Google, or you see Reddit, or also Medium, that is a sign that there is a community that is discussing that specific keyword, or that found that keyword interesting, or there are quite a few number of people that are searching for that keyword. It is a signal. It doesn't necessarily mean that it is automatic. And I don't know if any one of you, since the last class, has tried to use SEMrush in this way. Has anyone tried to use SEMrush to at least try or test any of these tools? Has anyone tried that before? You might want to let me know if you have. But if you haven't, like I said, I've shown you how to get that access. Now we are in SEMrush. I will walk you through how to do your own analysis and decide on which keyword you want to rank for or you want to write about. So quickly, let's pick, like I said, we are going to use, okay, let's use Reddit. And let's search, let's use Reddit. The last time I talked about Quora, let's go into Reddit this time around and actually get a domain overview of Reddit. So once you do that domain overview, it will give you all the organic keywords that are ranking on Google, on Reddit. So the keywords are on Reddit, but they're also ranking on Google. Remember, they're all microblogging sites. And when you have engagement on specific keywords, that's an indication, especially if it's coming from these sites, that that yes, these keywords might be ranking. So for example, when you see this, when you get here, that's just about organic traffic to the site. And because of the Google recent updates, which I will also get to in a moment before the end of the class, then a lot of sites got hit, and you can see they all went down, but I think they're probably starting to gradually go up. I'm focusing only on the US market because that's the biggest market that you can use to check if your keywords would potentially rank high on Google. And especially if you're writing with the possibility of being able to generate revenue, then you want to look at this. So this, of course, Reddit has an authority score of 100. So, and we have selected US. Now we are looking for organic keywords. So I will click on view details of those organic keywords that Reddit is ranking high for. And that will, and then I will show you through how to do the sorting in a bit. And based on that sorting, we will then download that sorted file, and we'll go into ChatGPT and let ChatGPT pick us specific keywords for different domains. So if you have a specific domain that you are interested in, that you want me to use as a case. So indicate here, and I will pick it. Let me see. So does anyone have any specific interest that do you have a specific topic, or you have a specific interest that you want me to write about, or you have a specific niche that you're interested in and you want me to do that analytics on? Just now, just indicate. I will pick it and I will go into that. I will go in there. Okay, somebody said Lagos real estate. So when we are doing this, we picked up on, for example, US. So Lagos real estate may not necessarily work in this search, but I would also try that. Lagos real estate. Well, I will do another search on SEMrush for that. Conversion rate optimization. Okay, conversion rate optimization. Okay. Data analytics niche, health niche, marriage, Lagos real estate. Mobolaku, could you provide more context for this? Within what domain? When you said conversion rate optimization, within what domain? So you can provide more clarity for that. When you said data analytic niche, data analysis is very wide. I would assume that that's it, but if you have specific area under data analysis that you want me to write on, type it in there. Cordelia says on marriage. Okay, so I will pick all of this one by one. I will start with health niche, and then I would also do something on marriage. Okay, this one says, I mean, making a research to simplify the topic. Okay, but in under which domain is this conversion rate optimization? Are you talking about conversion? Are you talking about converting users that are visiting your site to become a buying customer? Okay, this person says blockchain and cyber currency. Okay, great. So let's go back into our research. So what we want to do right now is that we are looking for low difficulty keywords. So I will look at position, and for the position on Google, maybe because we want to, let's focus on from 0 to 15, or let's say 20. That is that key, that for a specific keyword, Reddit must be ranking on the, among the top 20. So I would apply. Notice how I'm doing this. I'm only interested in those keywords that are Reddit is ranking for, but that is also within the top 20 position on Google. And we will do a test now. Once the final result is out, we'll pick one keyword, we'll search it on Google, and you will see that Reddit is ranking for it. That will give you an idea that somebody somewhere is searching for something like that. So this one says cheap bats come legit. So many stuff. Survivor, some people are searching on that. I think this has to do with a reality TV show, Survivor Male Beauty. Expired hydroxine on Reddit. Why can't I play Atomic Art? My God. Austin, what I want is your blood. Oh my God. Anyway, we will get there. There's a lot more than how many words now? How many columns? 16 columns, and I'm sure there's so many words that have been filtered out here. 30. So this is just 1 to 100 of 33 million. Let's filter further. Let's use volume. No, we're not interested in volume for now. We'll get to volume later. Let's use keyword difficulty to filter this. Let's look for very easy keywords, capped at 14. So any keyword that is more difficult than 14. So basically, this keyword ranking is just telling you how difficult that keyword is. If it is more than 14, you as a starter, in fact, if you're in this class, I would say as a starter, and if you want your words or your content to actually rank very high, make sure that when you're filtering with this tool, just drop down to 14. Anything more higher than 14, you don't want to write about it. It doesn't mean that they are not good, but you have a possibility of getting yourself writing on a content that is difficult. Even though it says it is easy, but remember, easy by this tool could also mean that a lot of big names are written about it, and you want your content to get to the first page. So ideally, I would say, let's just stay with very easy for now. Being a starter, or if you really want to go very high, or we can also adjust it to like maybe 15 or something. But let it complete the filtering. And then we would also filter with, so remember that as much as simple or as easy as these tools, like as they sound, you see, you still need to go through the process, of finding those easy keywords to rank for. Now you can see that only easy keywords are now here. So we're down to maybe 4 million thereabouts. Now let's look at the intent. I told you about search intent. We want to focus only on informational search intent. So I'm clicking only on informational, and I'll apply that as well. And it will filter down again. Let's say maybe this keyword difficulty, let's just maybe increase it to about maybe 16 or 17 thereabouts, or even maybe 20. If it's still below 20, it's still not too bad, but it's just that you can imagine that it's going to be very heavy. So let's adjust this keywords difficulty a little bit to about 20. Apply. So I think I am fine with this filtering now. And after now, I will then sort it based on the keyword difficulty. That is looking for the really easy one. We will filter with keyword difficulty, then we will filter with the position. So for now, we have filtered with position. Let's just be sure that the position has been filtered correctly. So the idea is we just want to make sure that we are picking the keywords that are ranking much higher. We would download with that, and then we'll also filter with we'll download from both sides, filter with high position, filter with low position, then we'll filter with high position on volume, we'll filter with low position on volume, then we'll filter also with high position on traffic and low position on traffic. So we have filtered with position on Google search. Now let's look for something before I even download it. Let's look for something that looks interesting. Let's see if we can find. People find a lot of things on this internet, right? So you might need to have a viewer's discretion, actually. So somebody is searching for Airbnb, your reservation couldn't be completed. And about 40 people are searching about it. My God, somebody is searching, if you aren't cheating, you aren't trying. Okay, interesting. Okay, so somebody is searching about recipe here. You can know that this is definitely about recipe. Milk, bread, grilled cheese. If I was somebody that is writing on recipe, I definitely have a blog on recipe. I will pick this up as an interesting thing to write on. Let's see that if we have anything also interesting again quickly. Okay, so let's just download this. So to download, you click on export. Let's export this to Excel. That's quite a lot. Actually, all 30,000. Let's see if I can. Now, let me first 100. Let's do first 10,000 because that might potentially be too heavy. And download to Excel. Good. I will pick it up. So now it's downloading. Let me also filter with keyword difficulty. Let's pick the easy ones first. And once it's done, we'll do like keyword difficulty low, and we'll do keyword difficulty high. It's just to experiment and show you how to do the filtering. But unfortunately, you might need to have maybe okay. So we've started from the top now. Let's download the top. Aha! Somebody is Pizza Hut boneless wings. That's if you are making recipe. Those are some of the things that people are searching for. So you might want to write content or write a recipe about boneless wings. If people are not searching for it, this is 260 people. That's the volume of people that are searching for it. So basically, it means that there's something about this type of recipe that people like. So you might want to write about that. That's just basically what I'm talking to you when I say that what's interesting for people, what are people searching for? That is where you want to write, especially if you're a writer and you want people to read. So you don't, if you're writing and you're just writing for the writing's sake, well, that may be fine. But if you're writing and you want people to actually look at it and you want to see traffic, which I believe that that's the whole goal of this thing. Otherwise, you won't be spending 1.5 hours in class with me learning this thing. Then you have to go this way. So I've downloaded that. I will go just one more download for this keyword difficulty. Just one more download and we will go into practice now. Now I would also show you some, really cool AI tools to write. And let me rank them. I have used them, I have tried them, and I would say in terms of how I view them as good for writing content that sounds human. Now there's a challenge, and I will go to that in a moment with writing with AI. Be careful. One of the challenges is that sound, robotic writing. Let's put it there, robotic writing. There's a way AI writes that sounds very robotic. And also, I have also mentioned this before, which is hallucination. Right? You don't want your, and I explained, hallucination happens when either the model hasn't been trained with that information before, so doesn't know about what you're asking for. 2, it's also possible that the what you are writing for, you have not provided adequate context. So it picks it up. It's like when you're writing about banks, there could be a river bank, there could be a microfinance bank, there could be commercial bank, there could be bank of different things, right? It could be anything could be related to bank. So so if you just write bank, in my previous class earlier, we've talked about probabilities. AI is the response is built on probability, and the one that has the highest probability in terms of your context is what the AI will respond with. Let me use bad for you to give you an example of what I would say is probability in terms of the responses that AI gives you. I will show you that in a moment. If you do a search and on bad will give you other suggestions. That is to give you the idea that, okay, this is perhaps what I suggest as the best answer, but there are other options as well. It's based on probabilities. The same thing happens if you search it on ChatGPT. You can do regenerate on ChatGPT and it will give you the next closest thing, and it will give you the next closest thing. When you're using AI, my advice for you to you is avoid that regeneration, right? If you are going to regenerate at all, then you need to, if the content that he has provided for you at the first response is not great, here's what I advise: change your prompt. Do not fall for the trap of trying to regenerate, because basically the first response is most likely the best response. Now, if the first response is not great, change your prompt. So let me put that in the note. First response is almost always the best, or you could call it better, right? If maybe you have other options. However, I would say if the first response is not great, adjust your prompt. Tailor your prompt again to, but look at the response and use that response to get an idea of maybe there's an error in the understanding of your prompt, or maybe the prompt is not detailed enough, or maybe you need to adjust something to provide additional context. So always think prompt, context, and always think additional information. This is what I will always say: provide additional information, provide additional context. For example, if you ask for something is not clear, think about the domain where you're asking about. Just like somebody asked me a question and I'm asking in what domain, in what area, provide more clarity. It's the same thing. The AI is just reasoning like a human being and providing the best answer based on probability. Your goal is to make sure that check, is the context enough? Do you need to provide additional information? You understand? Just think that way. Okay, so let's go back to BAD. Like I was saying the other time, I don't know if you've used this before. It's bad.google.com/chats. You should try also to get access to that. Let me put it here. So let's get back, to our class. And now let's go back here and see what we have. Okay, let's export this one. First, 10,000. Excel. Good. So my system is okay. It's going now. Okay, somebody, for example, if you are writing about auto, you're an automaker and you're writing about cars. Here's somebody asking question about Ford Focus engine malfunction service now won't start. I think about 20 people have searched for that on the internet. So many information. This is somebody finding something about Honda anti-theft system. If you are somebody writing about auto cars and stuff, this might be something that you want to write about. Look at it, zero. The competition is zero. It is very easy to write about. There are just about 30 people searching for it. But if you write more around Honda anti-theft system and all of that, then Google starts to see you as somebody who is actually a domain authority around that area. And because the keyword difficulty is zero, then Google must start to see you as being very competent in this context. Let's see anything else that is interesting that comes out. Yeah, this is Subaru Forester. Somebody writing about service mode, 2020 Subaru. So I'm just running you through this so you see how keyword search works. You need to know what to search about. You need to know what people are searching for and then write about it. This is how I do my keyword research. I just don't go thinking about what I like. If you're writing about, let's see, I think I saw something just now. Okay, I thought I saw, when I saw grape, I thought it is something that has to do with, okay, so we've downloaded 3 files. Now let's do a little bit of analytics to decide, based on what people have talked about, let's now go and do, let's go to ChatGPT and find, by the way, I'm using a paid version to do this analysis. If you don't have a paid version, you might want to go into this SEMrush and actually go one step at a time, looking through it like this. Otherwise, in the next class, I will show you how to do it with, that's if it's also a paid version, or you might want to use Excel. But that's also data analytics, and that will also be in the next class. So that's perhaps what we're not going through, what we are not doing now. What we want to do now is just to go the best way to do this analysis. So let's choose advanced data analytics. I used a prompt in the last class. Let's see if I can extract it. Okay, let's see. I was trying to do this in the last class. Let's see if it's able to pull the prompt up. Great, thank you. Okay, good. So let's do this task. Let me just copy the prompt that I used for that task and go for this new task. Okay, so let's attach one of the files that we just downloaded. Let's pick the last one. Yes, this one. Good. Yes, it's uploaded now. Let me paste the keyword, the prompt. The prompt here is the prompt. Act as a data analyst that is helping a marriage and relationship coach to identify high volume, low competition keywords. I have attached a keyword research file for analysis. Kindly analyze and provide a list of keywords related to relationship and marriage. Something like that from the attached file. Provide information about volume, competition, and keyword difficulty. Provide your answer in a tabular form. Provide a list of up to, let's say, 30 interesting keywords to write about. Okay, to write about, actually. All right. So let's ask AI to get that job done. And you can see it's doing okay. There's something. Okay, let's complete this test. One last thing that I didn't include, which is use a step-by-step procedure, but it's okay. So now it says I've successfully loaded the data. The file contains various metrics for each keyword, such as position, search volume, keyword difficulty, all of that. So So it already says maybe it's not up to 30. Says it looks like the data only contains a limited number of keywords related to marriage and relationships. Here are the keywords I found along with their respective metrics. Okay, good. Now look at how I've helped myself, how I have saved myself a lot of pain to search for keywords. Now I have a keyword to write about. There's one that says a true relationship is two imperfect people refusing whatever that is. So, okay, let me expand the table. Okay, I don't even need to do that much. I just need to copy this keyword actually and go and find that link on Google. So although the link is inside the file, but let's just see. That is what Google gave us. Let's see if we found, if Quora is on this page, Reddit rather. See, that's it. It's on page 1 of Google. It's on number what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. Number 7, ranking 7th on Google. Does somebody want to ask a question there? So this is how you get to the keyword, and now we will go to the next step. I haven't found this keyword, so don't forget the process that we've gone through so far. We know about how to get the keywords. We have gone into SEMrush. We have extracted the keyword, the Excel file. Now we have an Excel file that we will use to do a research. Let me do additional search for the other examples that we got. Okay. So if helping a, let's say, maybe a public health or an health expert or something. A public health expert and medical doctor. A medical doctor and public health expert to identify high volume. I've attached the keyword, but kindly analyze and provide a list of keywords related to health. From the attached file, provide information about volume, keyword difficulty, ranking, position, and keyword difficulty. Okay, so let's try that. Okay, let's see if it's able. Okay, now it's asking me to attach that. Okay, so I would actually resend the instruction this time. Okay, I need to attach the file again. So attach the file and it will do the same task. So let's recopy this prompt here and put it back in. And now it will, okay. Okay, so now let's see something that is related to health, and let's see the keywords that people are searching for, and let's see it give us, so it will now give us something that people, okay, okay. So there isn't much related. This one is types behavioral health. we don't have much under this, we will try it again with another file. Let's try another file and see, maybe if we search from the front, we will get something different. Let's just give it a try. The second one here. Let's see what we get. Okay. So let's see what it comes up with in this new upload. Let's see if it's able to identify specific keywords that are health related. While we're doing that, let's go through that process of extracting the keywords from this page, from this front page. So this front page is like all the articles that are ranking high, their first few sentences, and the important things in those articles. So you go to Harper. I think I explained in the last class what we're trying to do with Harper and how Harper helps you to really extract keywords from this list. So your task now is to first go into extracting. You could extract your extract okay. Extract the top, let's say 30 secondary keywords. So that's how you go. You do the secondary keywords, you do the LSI keywords, and you just go that way. Extract the top 30 secondary keywords related to the primary keyword. So a true relationship is two imperfect people. Okay, so you put it in there from the open. Okay, so here page. So let's see what we get from this instruction. Okay, so you can see here at the top 30 secondary keywords related to the primary keyword. A two relationship is two imperfect people, and it has done just that for you. And you can go ahead and do the same for LSI keywords. You can do LSI keywords as well, and do the command. Now, so these are the ones that we have, these are the prompts that we are creating ourselves, and this is AI doing the job for you right now. But we can also get the Apple itself to give you some commands to use. In the class, I will be sharing with you my prompt library. I will show it to you in a moment. But let's say you want a more detailed keywords research done for you. Those are the ones that I found on. So this is also giving you a breakdown plus the density of those keywords. This one, true relationship, is about 3.5% in density, and the LSI keywords to true relationship are genuine relationship, authentic bond. So in your article, you want to make sure that you use all these LSI keywords: flawed individuals, less than perfect people, You need to use something about enduring partnerships, long-lasting bond. You want to use something about sustained relationships, permanent connections, continual companionships, selfless viewpoint and stuff. So those are some of the keywords that are, coming out of this. Then you might also want to go ahead and get, for example, key entities. So let's go back again. Key entities. Okay. I usually like to use descending order of importance when I'm extracting key entities from a page, because basically I want to make sure that I have the top ones first, the most important ones first. Relationship, imperfect people, true relationship. And of course, because we're extracting from this page, then it's giving us code spade. Some of those words, you need to remove them from it. So, but that you need to do manually. Let's now do this. Since we are doing this with Harper, I'm just showing you how to get it done with Harper. Now, Harper has a function that allows you to, for example, create, sorry, now let me go back. If you want to create your own prompt, a prompt chain, that's what I call it. I'll show you how a prompt chain works and how it helps you to do your writing. Say you want to generate table of contents, then you want to extract the keywords. Look at all these prompts that I have been using so far. I can chain all of them together so that once I click, once I get all my response, I don't have to try to remember what I'm using again. And that's what I have here for example, generate table of contents and FAQs and all the stuff, or the one that I have for extracting keywords. So let me give it this one. So, and it will give me all the keywords, it will go in. So I've chained all those keywords together, all those commands together, and it's just basically doing all the tasks for me, right? It has extracted the keywords and it has put it in a single line like this. Let's use another chain that I've created there. I will definitely be sending you a video on how to chain your commands on Harper later. That's not for this class. Generate a table of content and FAQ. So like I have a set of prompts that I have set in there to generate, okay. And it's, going now to do all of that. So all those prompts are already working behind the scenes and is now like creating the, you can see it's creating my table of content based on what is there on the open page of Google, right? It has now given me the page, the table of contents now, and now I have a table of content that I want to write, right? And see, introduction, understanding the essence of true relationships, imperfections and their role in love. Then section 2, the true relationship, defining a genuine relationship, cultivating an authentic bond, the importance of a sincere connection, building a real partnership, nurturing an honest companionship. Then 3 talks about embracing imperfections, and all the subheadings are the beauty of flawed individuals, celebrating imperfect individuals, connecting with imperfect persons, understanding flawed folks, loving less than perfect people. It doesn't mean that you're going to write on everything. It just means that you have a suggestion of subtopics that are, optimized, that sound well and flows with the, the logic of the article. And, goes down up to the frequently asked questions. For example, what does a true relationship mean? How can imperfections strengthen a relationship? Is it important to refuse to give up on each other? What are the benefits of enduring relationship? That's something on the one that we found on love that we have written so far. Now you have a table of content. I will send you definitely the prompt flow and all the prompts that I used in creating this. All you need to do is definitely register for APA, log in, have your own account. But in the channel, I will then post all of these prompts in the file. Let me see if I can open my prompt library. I think I have it somewhere around here. I will try to do that in a moment. Okay, yeah, I think I have it on my system actually. Yes, so I have a prompts library. I have all of each of these, for example, in this premium prompt for SEO writing, I have about, I think 15 to 20 different prompts. The one to continue writing with specific keywords, to consolidate keywords to generate SEO or optimize blog. I have another one to do a product review. I have another one to do SEO blog post. All of that I would share with you in the car, but I just want to make sure that I go through this process with you guys. So now you have the table of content. What do you do next? You write the article. So what I will do is I will then pick this table of content. I will copy it. I will come back to to ChatGPT. Okay, so yeah, we found something. That is it. We found something on medical stuff, on health. So remember, our prompt previously was act as a data analyst that is helping a medical doctor and public health expert to identify high volume, low competition keywords. I have attached a keyword research file for analysis. Kindly analyze and provide a list of keywords related to health issues from the attached file. Provide information about volume, competition, position, and keyword difficulty. Provide your answer in a tabular form. Provide a list of up to 30 keywords to write about. Let me send you this link. Copy link. So you see exactly how I walked through this. So you can open it on your phone. Somebody said, these files you're attaching to your prompts, are they related to the prompts? So the file I attached, maybe you were not in class at the time that I taught this. So, I mean, just a few minutes ago, what I was actually talking about is, so we went into SEMrush. I took you through, so you might need to watch the video again. I took you through how to pick on Reddit. It could also be Quora that you are picking on, then punch in. After you have selected Reddit, you have done your organic research, then you click on US. After you click on US, you pick the top 20 keywords in terms of position on Google. Then after you've filtered with that, then you filter with keyword difficulty and you choose 20 as the maximum. You apply. Then you come here, you choose on your intent, and you say you want informational intent. That is somebody seeking for information. That is your audience. That is what they're looking for. They're looking for information. After you're filtered with all of this, then we came down to keyword difficulty, filter from 0, then filter from 20, because you picked 20 as the highest. Filter from 0, download 10,000, filter from 20, download 10,000, come down to position, do the same thing. You could also do the same thing for traffic. So let's say I choose the least traffic. I might choose the least traffic, but why would I choose least traffic? I would ideally want the one that has the highest traffic. I'll filter from the highest traffic, but I can also choose from the least traffic as well. So, because it doesn't mean that all the searches leads, it doesn't always mean that all the searches always lead to Reddit at the end of the day. So somebody might search that keyword. For example, when we search a true relationship is two imperfect people, it doesn't mean that everybody will come down to click Reddit. It means that some people might go to Pinterest. Some people might find it on Twitter. Some people might find it just anywhere else, right? But what you are trying to look out for is which one, how many people came down to Reddit. And you can see that the traffic here is high. So let's start to look at, so it doesn't mean that you are looking for it based on this traffic information. This traffic information is completely misleading. But like I said, if you're interested in traffic, you might want to use traffic as your own filtering criteria. But I prefer to use keyword difficulty and position because that gives me an idea of how difficult that keyword is, right? So I know that the keyword is not difficult and that the position is definitely less than 20. I am fine with that. So now we have done this. We have now analyzed that Excel file that we downloaded. Now it's giving you information about medical stuff. So this one is writing about how to cure mole rat disease. Some people are finding that information. And guess how many people have searched for that? 70 people. Medical medium Parkinson's disease. I think about 70 people. Cat still itching after flea treatment. This one is definitely for animals. Chronic illness cat. This one is help liver treatment program cost. This one is searching for CV's health drones, Rose Medical Center, Bat Center, something. Again, it's not all the time you get everything that you're looking for. Sometimes I always say that even when you have it like this, just read through, get a sense of what people are trying to search. That will give you an idea of where to look, how to look, and all of that. In fact, when you do it like this, you might also look for competition that has written about that keyword. And it doesn't have to, if you see a site that has written something about what you are looking for, let's say, I think there's a marriage radio kind of website somewhere here. Let's see if there is something like that. There is marriage radio. Or anybody that has written about love. If you're not sure and you feel like you might want to check about their domain authority, and that's where some other tools might actually be good. So this one is Pure Love Quotes. We don't know whether they have a very strong authority or not. How do you know? Copy the website, Pure Love Quotes. Come to Reddit, put it there. purelovequotes.com, right? That gives you an idea, purelovequotes.com, domain overview. Then surely SEMrush will give you the domain overview of Pure Love Quotes. And based on that, you can do an analysis on Pure Love Quotes and you can get information about them. You can go deep and get information about them, like what happens to them, how many backlinks do they have, what's the authority score, how many traffic, what kind of traffic are they getting, all of that. You can do it with any website whatsoever, any website, and you can get all that information. But I'm just showing you that so you know that when you are doing your keywords research, you can look at, so you can see they have an authority score of 30, but they have been hit by the recent Google updates. So let's get back to what we are writing before. This is your table of content. Now, when it comes to writing, you can use ChatGPT to do your writing. So let's open a new chat. You can use ChatGPT to do your writing, but I will suggest that you avoid using ChatGPT to do your complete writing. To extract your keywords, like all these keywords that we have been extracting just now, you should use ChatGPT because I think it does a very good job with finding keywords, finding entities, and all of that. But when it comes to the real writing, I would suggest that you use Claude for the real writing. Reason is, I haven't tested the two for a while. I can tell you that Claude does better with writing. Let's do a simple test of their writing capabilities just now, real time, and see how they write off the bat without much, much effects or much, I would say, much changes. Let's take this, what do I call it now? Table of content, right? Let's take it to ChatGPT. Browse with Bing. Okay. So I will do a simple example, a table of contents. I like to pass when I get to the stage where I need to do my actual writing, then I need to be, you have to be very methodical with how you write your prompt and give it the, so here is it. So I've already put the table of content in sort of a bracket, so it's clear. So I would say you are an expert, SEO writer, and we will write all this. So now I've set who he is. He's an expert SEO writer. You write for a blog, okay? For a love and relationship blog. Let's call it love, relationship, and marriage blog. You have now, based on this, you have set the persona of this AI. It now knows that, okay, I'm an SEO writer. SEO writer means a search engine optimized writer, that's somebody who writes well for search engines. You write for a love, relationship, and marriage blog. This is the last, this is one exercise I'm just going to do for writing. Then I will do one for writing maybe your statement of purpose for a job advert or something. If there's anyone who has maybe other types of writing, what I can do is you can list it, and I will do a workflow. I will create the writing process and I will post it in my channel. So if you have any topic, or if you have maybe a writing task that you want to do, I can create a workflow and I will post it in the channel. The one I'm doing now, I would also post it here, both here and in the channel, so you can go back to it and just refresh your memory on my workflow, and also look at how I interacted and write my prompt and stuff. So you are an expert SEO writer. You write for a love, relationship, and marriage blog. Okay. Write an SEO, like optimized article on the primary keyword. So the primary keyword was setting the primary keyword now. A true relationship is two imperfect people. Okay, so this is the task. So let's give it how it will do the writing. You will write in a step-by-step, process. You will incorporate keywords which will be provided to you. So we will get the keywords. There's a part of the prompt where I would say request for those keywords, and every time it completes writing one section, you will write section, okay, one heading at a time. So what we're doing now is we're asking it to write one heading at a time. which is what that means is it will write introduction first and the subheadings under the introduction. Then it will write the second heading, which is true relationship, and we'll write all these ones after it. So you will write one heading at a time, one heading and subsequent, right, subheadings, okay, at a time. Okay. Okay, so after completing, so this is just watch how the flow is. After completing one heading, okay, request for the keywords to use for the next heading, and request for the keywords to use for writing, okay, the next section. Okay. Okay. There's something we missed out in this first part. I have provided the outline actually below. So that is the outline that we have here. Oh, okay. We call it table of content here. So actually, let's call it table of content. So it knows that what it's doing here, what's there is table of content. Good. You will write in a step-by-step process. You will incorporate keywords. Which will be provided to you. You will write one heading and subsequent subheadings at a time, and after completing one heading, request for the keywords to use for writing the next, section. And you will request for permission, okay, to continue writing. Okay, good. So now let's just be sure that everything is in place. So now we will go down and at the end say, if you understand this request. Now, what I'm trying now to do is, after I've given it all the instructions to write step by step, to write one heading at a time, then I would then give it the instruction to request for the keywords to use for the introduction. So I'm going to say, if you understand this request, respond with, okay. So then I would then pass it. I understand your request, okay. Kindly provide the keywords to use, okay. Okay, so now we are ready. We have the outline that we want to use. We have given it the title, which is the primary keyword that we want to write about. And so I will go ahead and send that instruction. And now it should normally, if you understand that request, so yeah, understood. Understand your request, kindly provide the keywords to insert when writing the introduction. So now I will go here and then get the keywords. Or you could go a step further by doing a simple task, and then do this. Let's go to ChatGPT again on another window. This time around, we want to extract the keywords that we are going to use, okay? And we will use Bing this time around. So I will go here and copy the okay. Okay, so now I provide, so provide the top 50 or top 20 keywords to use for writing each section of the table of contents. Okay, so we want to find the top 20 keywords, and now I will copy the table of content below for each. So for each section, it will then go ahead and generate the so now I want it to generate the 20 keywords. So now I will get the 20 keywords, I will get the LSI keywords. And so when I'm writing each section, I'm providing those keywords individually. So I have sent it now. And let's see. Okay. So it's now giving me the top 20 keywords. I'll probably, okay, yeah, so now it's doing it section wide. Okay. So it's doing more than I'm asking it. So actually can stop generating. So I have the keywords. So I can actually now write the keywords to use for each section. So when I want to write the true relationship section, okay. So okay. So I didn't actually fine tune this one properly. So let's just do one more check here. You're an expert SEO writer. You write for a love relationship and marriage, but write an SEO optimized article on the primary keyword A. This so I should move this one actually. Write the list of keywords to use in writing an SEO optimized article, and yeah, 20 keywords to use in writing an SEO optimized article. Right. Yeah, so provide the top 20 keywords to use. Okay, provide. Okay, so now we do the regenerate. So save and resubmit. So now we are going to get, I think it should now be able to give us, yes. Absolutely. Now it's suggesting keywords to use for each section of the article. So remember what I told you, when you send a request, the response is not great. Just adjust your prompt and you get a better response. You can also go a little bit further and pick for each section and generate for each section, right? So and generate, so for example, if I'm writing the introduction, I can, after it has finished generating the previous one, yeah, so let's get for separately for introduction. So it has written for each of them, generally like that, and you can get separately for each section. This is for the introduction, and I will go again and copy if I want to see for this time around, I want only for the true relationship. So I'm going to put in for true relationship as well and get the content for true relationship. And that's how you do it for each step of the way. You get your the keywords that you're going to use for each section, and you should get your key entities that you're going to use for each section. That's your first task. After you have completed that task, you now come back here. So now, remember that we have passed in the prompt and is asking us now to say, kindly provide the keywords to insert when writing the introduction. So you come back here. Now you have the keywords that you have generated for introduction. You copy the keywords. And you come here and you type in the keywords and you paste it in. And now it should start writing the introduction. So can you see what we are doing now? We are basically writing, but we are writing with specific keywords. And it is imputing those keywords right into your article. Okay, now it has completed now. So a true relationship blossoms not from perfection, but from understanding and acceptance that come with loving imperfect partners. It's the realization that relationship realism is not about finding a flawless person, but in seeing an imperfect person perfectly. The core of understanding relationship lies in recognizing and appreciating the relationship dynamics that comes with love's imperfection. Blah, blah. Now, maybe this grammar is a little bit too much. That can also be adjusted in your subsequent prompts. It now says, may I proceed to the next version? And could you please provide the keywords for the true relationship section? So let's be sure. The next section talks about true relationships. So we need to now provide the keywords that we're going to use. So we start with providing the outline. So I will copy the outline for that next section and I will paste it in. But in this outline, I will do a little trick. I would say, write with a grade, write like in the style, in the style of a grade 8 level teacher and relationship coach. Okay. Do not use idioms and big grammar. Okay. So big bogus, even change it to bogus grammar. Okay. And use simple words and sentences. Okay. And this time around, remember we have the outline, and then we go and put the keywords now. Okay, and you go back to the previous frame where we generated the keywords for the true relationship. And so we have the keywords for true relationship. You copy it, right? and then you go back here to the article and you punch in your keywords and you go again, and then it will start writing. And so this time, notice what we are doing. We are going step by step, and we are writing using specific keywords that are here. And you would see how it's actually infusing those keywords in our article. You can do the same. Here, I haven't indicated specifically the number of words that I should write per sentence, but we can do that as well. And you can see it's going step by step. Now, this is one way of writing, and you can already see that technically the way it's writing, it's sounding a little bit robotic. Let's do the same exercise. What we just did now, let's do it with Claude and see what kind of response we get from Claude. So I'm just going to copy this prompt, exactly the same thing. The same writing prompt, we will go to Claude and give Claude the same instruction, right? And let's see what response we get from Claude. So you paste in the prompt, and it's basically the same thing. And you let it do the job. And so now let's go to here, cancel, and let's put in the keywords. And let's go into prompt and put in the keywords here. So one of the challenges there is it's not comma separating those keywords. So that may be a little bit challenging in the output. So let's ask here, because these keywords are not comma separated. So let's just open another interface of ChatGPT, or let's just come here rather and do a new chat and just separate the keywords with a comma. Okay. So we just wanted to get them separated by comma. Okay. So get all of that done, and you can then copy them, take them to Claude, and put them in here with the instruction. So let's see what the writing, and we will now check the quality of the writing, okay? So let's check the quality of the writing. Let's check the introduction written by Claude versus the one written by ChatGPT. And that will give you a sense of how you should start to think when you're writing and how you should be careful based on the output. Let's check the output. Understanding the essence of true relationships. A true relationship is built on a foundation of complete understanding and unconditional love. It transcends the idea of seeking perfection, and rather focuses on embracing imperfections. A genuine relationship thrives on accepting each other's flaws, loving the authentic, unfiltered version of one's partner. It's about cherishing the realness and truth behind every relationship. And so you see, you can start to get a feel of the difference in quality. I feel like this sounds closer to, it's more real. Every individual is unique and carries certain imperfections. However, these very flaws serve to strengthen the bond between two partners. This is using very, it's a little bit unreachable. Let's just put it that way. The way the grammar is constructed. Let me copy the second one. I just, the second section. just show you how that works also in the writing of the second heading. And let's see what we get. Okay. So let's see what we get in the second one. Okay. Notice that we have not done something here like I told you. In this prompt, we didn't say how many words that we want. We just gave it instruction and asked it to continue writing. One of the things that you might want to do is also to state the length of the response that you want. This is for Claude. And the last option that I would show you, which is also free, is Llama. Let me just post that Llama link to you now. And that will be the last section, and then that will be the end of the session today. That's the link to Llama. You can pick it up there, and I will just, just get Llama to do exactly the same thing that we have been doing, and see how it responds. So let's get Llama to do it. Let's see if Llama, gets that request. That already shows you the depth. I think Llama missed this part. Is not able to write this article. Completely missed it. So this is something else that you need. Okay, actually got it. Okay. I think so. You can see this is also doing the job. Let's give it the keywords. So just the last part, and just before I give it the keywords, just say keywords below. And before that, I will write the instruction. Just give it a little instruction they want to write in the style of it. And say write with an active tone in the second person voice. Okay, so and then let's see what Llama comes up with. So sometimes it's slow in responding. So those are some of the things that you need to get used to when you're using these AI tools. Let's see if you understand. We don't know why it's taking long, but again, it might respond and it may not respond. You never know. So, but the bottom line, like I have said so far in this class, is your writing has to be detailed. You have to focus on getting the exact keywords that you want to use. You have to focus on giving it the right instruction. Unfortunately, Llama failed this test. So, like you can see, there's a lot of noise about Llama, but unfortunately, Llama didn't pass this test. So, I would say, like I said, go with Claude. Claude writes closer to the human language. You are not going to leave all your writing to AI. You need to add your own inputs to it. Don't just trust it blindly, right? But you have to trust it to the point where you now take over the writing and do the completion yourself. I think that will bring us to the end of this class. Like I always say, it's always a pleasure to engage with you all and to have a session with this where I'm sharing information. There's usually a lot to share. There's Precious. Okay, yeah, go ahead. Ask a question. You can unmute. If you wanted to talk, you can unmute. Precious Ishoma, you raised your hand. Was that in error? If you don't know how to, maybe you can just send in your question and I will pick it up. Let's check if Lama eventually wrote. Lama completely lost it. So, okay. So we've done the comparison between ChatGPT and we've done the comparison between ChatGPT and Claude, and you can see the difference in the quality of the writing. There are several other writing tools. Unfortunately, we can't go through all of them in this session. It's my primary goal in these sessions is to take you through that entire process and to get you to be familiar with writing with different tools, understanding how you condense your thoughts, understanding how you get your table of contents in different formats from different channels, and knowing what to use, the strategy to use at each time. And don't forget to read through the content. Don't just take it like that and assume that the AI has completed writing. You now need to do the last step, which is you actually reading each word and then adding additional information that you feel flows with that. For example, you can ask it to expand further, expand the article further. For example, providing more details and nuances. Okay, for example, and yeah, and it will just go ahead and expand it further. Can we rank this article written by ChatGPT on Google without having any issues with Google algorithms? So yes and no. If you don't add additional information, if you just go ahead and dump AI content on the internet, you are going to get penalized. What you want to do is you want to make sure that after you've completed your writing, do the next step. Just read through it, add additional information. Look at the thin content I wrote before. I've asked it to expand it, and it has just done that, right? And the core content remains in there. Teach across that. Look, you can write good content. You can demonstrate authenticity. When the output is out, read through it. You would see AI language in there. Adjust it. Add your own content to it. Add a few sentences that brings the real you out. You are the writer. You are the creator. You are the one that really owns the content. So don't just go and dump AI content on the internet. Remember that you're not the only person using ChatGPT, and you're not the only person using Claude. You need to bring out your own originality. Now you understand the context. That's why you're using different AI tools to actually understand the context. You know what you want to write about. You have your keywords. You have the LSI keywords. You bring them in and you inject them into the article, right? And you continue like that. Someone says, well, this was a deep informative class. Look, thank you for the comment. Again, I have the channel open. I am going to post the workflow. Let me see. Okay, so just here, I will post it here, but I will also post the workflow in the channel as well. So, everyone can see how it works. I've posted the stuff here. Let me also pick up this one. and post the workflow there. And that's how you just go until you get to the conclusion, the concluding part. I will post everything else, including the ones that we did on how do you call it now? On Hapa here. I will post all of these outputs. I think they should be on my ChatGPT now. I believe this should be the one. Yes. I will post this one as well for everyone. And I will do the same. I want to ask if the link to the class and how to adjust ChatGPT to suit my writing intention has been posted to. Yeah, I think that was the last class. I will do that as well. I will post it to the channel actually, and it's on YouTube. Just go to YouTube. We will post it on YouTube rather. The last class will be on YouTube, I think by tomorrow latest. I'm not sure if it's there yet. At Learn with Dotun. If you search for Learn with Dotun on YouTube, you should find it there. It's the same process. Look at how it has now expanded your content. It's richer. You can do additional job with this. You can copy this out. Everything here you can copy it out like this. You can even take it back to ChatGPT, and you can extract more keywords or more LS. For instance, we have not added LSI keywords. You can go and grab more LSI keywords, pass it into it. Let me just see. If you are not in a hurry, I will do one last task just to give you a sense of what I'm trying to talk about. Okay, so let's ask this guy to on this section, this true relationship part. The one that we used to generate. Let's see if we can get that one. The one that we used to generate the, okay. SEO keywords for relationship. Let's see if we get it. I want to do a task which is to get additional LSI keywords and inject it into this. Or you might just, okay, let me not bore you again. I think we've had enough for today. I will post the prompt that you can use to inject additional keywords into your content into the group chat, and I can maybe record another video for that. The thing is, if you join my channel, continue to watch out. I will be posting in videos there on different tasks. For example, injecting keywords, for example, updating your article and forcing ChatGPT to stick to the same content length. So, for example, when you're writing an article and you're asking for a rewrite by adding additional keywords, you can force ChatGPT to, and that's what I was talking about constraints. You can force ChatGPT to maintain exact same length of words. So it will stick to the length of word, but we'll still find a way to inject those new keywords into the article. You can do that, or you can ask it to rewrite, maintain at least the minimum number of words, but you can say you can write up to X amount of words. And then you pass it those keywords that you want to inject in. So you can really do this in multiple ways. Depends on what you are trying to do and what you want to achieve. If you want to use the expensive ones now and actually now write more, if you, I have a team, and if you join my team, then you will be able to use Neuron Writer. I use Neuron Writer as well. Neuron Writer, if you join my team, for example,
I'll be able to give you access to Neuron Writer, which is, of course, one of the best writing tools that you can see out there. You can try this one if you want. I think they have a free trial. You can go and try for free. But these are one of the best tools out there that you can. I don't know all these guys. Like I always tell you guys, I don't know them, right? So and you can use them for writing. They are like they are huge, huge. So I do my writing from this interface if I have specific things to write about. But these are, of course, premium tools that are basically also available on the internet if you want to use them. The point I'm trying to say is I have taught you through how to do it yourself, but there are other advanced tools that you can use. I think that would be the end of the class. Thank you guys for coming, and I really appreciate your time. It's been a pleasure. This will be the end of the session around writing. Everything else I will post in the channel. So everything else will be on our YouTube channel, on the WhatsApp channel, and on other channels. Everything else will be there. But in terms of specifically writing, this will be the end of the session. The next class, we will go into how to then use AI tools for data analytics. You want to learn a little bit of light coding. There will be a little bit of light. It's not heavy. You understand? It's just being able to use equal to plus this select a range from left to right, all of those little tactics of using AI to do a little bit of data analytics. That will be what we cover in the next class.